Pisces family, what is going on? Welcome to the channel. I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we are looking at your weekly energy. So welcome. I hope things are moving fluidly for you, Pisces. We just ended Mercury retrograde, thank goodness. Oops, all over, too many. So, we're still in the shadow period, but hopefully things are being kind of ironed out for you, whatever you navigated through. Hopefully it wasn't too brutal. Depending on just, obviously what situations are playing out in your life. We also had a new moon in Taurus, so it's a great time to focus on your wealth, your abundance, your material stability, setting those intentions and planning accordingly. We all want to feel abundant, regardless of what that means to us, Not everyone wants some bougie lifestyle, but some of us do, Yeah, so I love this, connecting with the feminine energy, feminine principle. That's been coming up for a lot of the zodiac readings. What does that mean? It really is about loving ourselves, nurture, support, self-love, self-care, making sure that we're creating extra time and space in our day for our sanity, whether that's meditation or doing some breath work, journaling, you know what I mean? Like whatever that vibe is for you, it just helps us ground and settle and have more clarity, right, on what we're navigating through. We all want clarity, and there's new beginnings in your environment, which I love. This 13 also breaks down to 4, which reminds me of protecting what you're growing and building. When we are more balanced, more stable, we can do things in an empowered way, right? That's why they talk about the middle of the road. Keeping balanced, whatever that looks like for you. Have your fun times, whatever you need, once a week, whatever, twice a week, whatever you kind of need for yourself to let loose and just... But also make sure that, so lots of new beginnings. For some of you, not for all, but just because this is like double confirmation, you could be getting pregnant, birthing something new. This can also be like business concept, something you're creating, or even a hobby. It doesn't have to be something you get paid for. It's a great time to do that, right? As we said. Because we are new moon in Taurus, we're just closing out Taurus season. And Gemini season will bring in like kind of a little bit more of the quicker pace, communication, networking, that type of vibe. So, I feel like things are, definitely changing for you. Like I said, whether it's like, okay, I know what I'm going to be focusing my attention on, I'm going to be taking the steps to do it, to make it happen, or you find yourself pregnant, starting a family, starting a home. And obviously, like I said, that's not for everyone. I don't want to scare anyone. If that's not what you're moving towards. Also be mindful, right? Like anytime the energy pops up this way, it's always good to be conscious if that's not where we're at, to take the necessary steps to protect. So this is coming off of some endings, right? So some things have been changing for you, Pisces. I think it's still in the process is what I'm hearing. Like whatever you're closing out, whatever maybe came up for you during Mercury retrograde, like you've been shifting your perspective, what you want to do moving forward. I think you have a little bit more understanding is what I'm hearing. Like you saw something very clearly during the past couple weeks that it was like, oh, so now you're in this place where you're like, I know that this is closing out. I know that this is finishing. And so I have to start planning for not only next steps, but just kind of how you're plugging into what you're birthing, what you're creating. Right? So that can mean a myriad of things depending on what your situation is. These are really general readings. I do personal readings, guys, just as a heads up. So if you want me to look at your specific situation, I would love to support always. Yeah, definitely hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Let's build and grow the community, the channel. I would love to reach more friends of YouTube. I'm kidding. All right, so I mean, I'm not kidding. It's legit, but I'm not trying to be a cheeseball. Okay, so Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, dealing with someone who's very, you know, rational, maybe sharp with their tongue. Ace of Pentacles, again, confirms that new beginning. You could have some Aquarius in your chart. You could be dealing with an Aquarian energy, but this is someone who's taking steps to push things forward. Yeah, there's your energy. So Prince of Cups. So 555 on the clock. Things are finally changing. I feel like this has been a situation that's been playing out for quite some time, and finally there is some movement forward. I feel like it's a recalibrating. It's going to be looking maybe a little bit different than how it was originally set up to do so. I love this though, because you're coming in strong and on top, especially with the Chariot. I believe the Chariot's ruled by Cancer as well. Yep, totally. Or no, yeah, it's Cancer, sorry. But fellow water sign, really using your intuition to step into that power, right? Like I was saying, that feminine principle, seeing, sensing your way through things, but then also like having it play out and make sense in the practical world. Does that make sense? Hopefully. It's easier said than done, right? Yeah, because there's conflict around this 100%. I don't know, you don't like how something went. Maybe you've been fighting with someone for a while, or they've been trying to fight with you. And really, it's just led to more stress than what is necessary. And here's the thing, I feel like Pisces, for you, you're finally in this space. Yeah, okay, Capricorn energy is blocking you, the devil. So it's like, I don't know. Here's the thing, I see it as like, maybe this energy has kind of controlled, manipulated you in the past, held you down. Maybe you felt subservient to it, where now you're really working to rise above, right? It's kind of like this guy was bringing you down, and then you're like rising above with your little chariot, you know, in a positive way, in a way because you're seeing that, hey, this is like not worth the time and the energy. I want to be nice to you. I want to be friendly or have friendly feelings, but I'm not going to keep putting up with whatever BS they're throwing your way. Because for you, it feels really toxic. For you, it feels really weighty. You always, I hear you always get pulled in a direction you don't really even want to go, you know? And obviously, it's our responsibility to make choices that are in alignment with us. But you could have someone who is very good at, you know, kind of like coercing you into something, maybe something that's not even your idea, then they make it seem like it's your idea, etc. And then you end up tagging along, is what I hear, those specific words. This person has been very like arm's length, I feel like, for quite some time, this person or this situation. They're trying to take steps moving forward. Maybe some stuff happened with their family, with their home, their money, you know, this vibe of that probably was the distraction, right? Why they couldn't maybe invest enough time, energy into you, your relationship, or whatever you guys had going. But it looks like things are easing up a little bit for them, and maybe that's why this is a little jarring for you, because if they put you on the back burner and you had to kind of like manage everything without a lot of feedback or help from them, and then now they're waltzing back in, that would be really frustrating for sure. It's also saying that this person or situation isn't seeing it clearly. It's a little bit more fanciful for them, right? maybe a little self-absorbed is what I'm hearing. It's someone who, you know, puts their problems and issues front and center while, like I was just saying, you either get put on the back burner or your thoughts and feelings aren't as valuable to them, etc. And that's where I see this power struggle for you with the Chariot and the Devil, because you do want to overcome, because you have learned a lot, you've done a lot, you've upheld a lot. And this is also with this 5 and 10 of Wands. It's like, if you change this situation, the way you're choosing to, whether it's involve this person or not involve them, like, make choices out of what is highest and best for you. And as soon as you do, it's going to switch the dynamic. If you keep in this kind of back and forth energy, it's going to be the same stress over and over and over again. And especially if this person is struggling to see things clearly, you know? This to me, like I said, it's like they're living in their own fantasy land, their own utopia, not really paying attention to you or what's going on around you. So Ace of Wands being blocked with Queen of Cups. Yeah. So I feel like there's different opportunities, there's different potentials that you're overlooking because of this other energy. Queen of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You know, so this is you working with someone else that's actually like a little bit more your vibe, harmonious. And there's a lot of potential here with the Ace of Wands. It's actually super vibrant, it's super amazing, but that energy is being blocked. And probably because you're putting too much energy, too much focus on this other person or situation. So not even seeing what is around you, you know, the potential, the other opportunities. We easily do that, right? That's why when we're manifesting something, it's really good to focus on, you know, yes, what we want, but not how it's going to look. Because if we try to plug the energy into people, places, and things that just aren't ready for that vibration, it actually repels the manifestation from us. Hence why we get incredibly conflicted, stressed out, feeling overwhelmed. And you know, Pisces, you're a very intuitive sign, so use that to your advantage, right? Like, listen and trust yourself. I know it's easier said than done, but like, our emotions are our guidance. They are telling us something feels off. It's like our primitive senses, right? Like when we were in the wild, the fight or flight, you know. I don't know. Maybe you're kind of like holding back on this because you don't want it to be a painful conversation. Maybe this person knows how to use your emotions against you. Or you do feel a lot, right? The moon is a very intense energy, right? It's connecting with, it does look like there is, well, and we saw that in the overarching energy with this coffin. It does look like you're going to be making some changes that are more honoring for you versus like the more accommodating to this other person. That's what I wanted to say. I feel like you've been accommodating them a lot, placating them. Now it's your turn to seize the reins and say, you know what, this is what I want, this is what I need. And if you can't, you know, find a way to find that balance and harmony, then thanks, but no thanks. And it is going to bring up a lot. You know, again, thank goodness these are only readings for the week. So it just might be through this week you have this conversation with the person. You have to be honest because it is too much of a struggle, of a headache, and that's not fair for you. And I think you know that. 14:14 on the clock. Remember that you are protected. You are safe. Fours represent our angels, spirit guides, passed over loved ones, etc. The people that we call upon, you know, when the physical world doesn't feel safe enough. So trust in that. Trust in that and trust in what you're hearing for yourself. Yeah. Have compassion. not only for them, but for you. You know, like, I feel like it's, especially if we have a tendency to take on other people's responsibility or burdens, it can be very easy to be very hard on yourself. You know, I think that it's being compassionate about what has been, how things have gone, celebrate the successes, celebrate what you're doing, what you're birthing, what you're bringing into this world, especially if it is coming from a messy space. Yeah, this came out in the last couple. It's like, this is the life path. This is how it was meant to go, because it provided a certain amount of growth and evolution for your soul that was necessary, you know, that you kind of decided to do even before you came here. So I really hope this helps, Pisces. Sending all the love and blessings to whatever you're navigating through. I really appreciate the support to the channel. Big thumbs up if it resonated. Drop comments below, guys. Let's build and grow the community. All right, lots of love and blessings this week. Have a great one.